Welcome to Council Action. My name is Elizabeth Couts. I'm the mayor of the city of Burnsville. Council Action is a summary of the council's meeting on Tuesday, December 17, 2019. The meeting was called to order at 100 Civic Center Parkway in the council chambers. We begin our meetings with a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we move on to our announcements. Our announcements have to do with all of our upcoming meetings. Council meetings are scheduled for Tuesday, January 7th at 5:30 p.m. and Tuesday, January 21st at 5:30 p.m. We have a work session that's scheduled for Tuesday, January 14th at 5:30 p.m. and an all-day work session scheduled for Friday, January 31st, and that meeting is not televised. It will be held at the Best Western Inn in Burnsville, and that's an all-day work session. All other meetings are always held in the council chambers at City Hall. And then we move on to citizens' comments, and no one appeared before the City Council to speak to any issues. And there were no urgent items to be added to the agenda. And then we move on to the consent agenda. The first item on the consent agenda, we approved all of the minutes of our past meetings. We also approved claims listing. We approved and authorized the renewal of our Work-IVA annual software agreement. We also approved the contract for purchase and installation of our boiler replacement at the Ames Center. We also approved the First Amendment to the contract and private development agreement between the City of Burnsville and Lakeland Investments. We also approved the Phase 2 environmental study for Fire Station 1, land authorized the 2019 renewal of the electronic content management system annual software maintenance and support. We approved the contract settlement with IUOE Local 49 maintenance employees. We also approved the renewal of the Enterprise Resource Planning Support and Maintenance Agreement for 2020. And we approved and authorized the Keller Lake Use Attainability Analysis Study. And we approved the ordinance amending Title III, Chapter 31 regarding the short-term rental. We also authorized the 2020 removal of poor quality boulevard and park ash tree and ordered the ad for the bids. We also approved the resolution approving the joint powers agreement with State of Minnesota Department of Transportation and Dakota County for the drainage mitigation associated with the County Road 5 Trunk Highway 13 project. We also approved the resolution receiving the preliminary report, calling for the public hearing, and ordering the preparation of plans and specifications for the 2020 street improvement project. We approved the resolution receiving the preliminary report, calling for the public hearing and ordering the preparation of plans and specifications for the 2020 Southwest Burnsville street improvement. We also approved and accepted the bids and awarded the contract for the 2019 pond cleanout, and this was a rebid. And we also accepted the bids and awarded the contract for the 2020 pond cleanout. And we approved the resolution supporting the remediation of freeway landfill and freeway dump and waiving the host fees. Now, this item was pulled because we had citizens who wanted to speak to this item, and this is the update ends and outcomes to remove the proactive property maintenance program from the priorities. Now, our residents spoke to this because they disagreed with removing this item from the priorities for neighborhoods. The item was approved with the removal of the property maintenance priority from the neighborhood program, but we'll be monitoring it for a year and to see how it goes. So that item was approved. It was a split vote. S, we approve the application for the City of Burnsville for a zoning map amending, rezoning various parcels of land which currently hold zoning designation which are not consistent with their guided use as depicted in the city's 2040 future land use guide plan. We adopted the ordinance and we authorized the publication of the summary ordinance. And that was the end of the consent agenda. On the regular agenda was a public hearing, and this was to approve on sale Sunday on sale liquor license for Los Grandos LLC, doing business as Los Grandes, located at 251 Burnsville Parkway. That item was presented. The new owner spoke, reported on the menu, and when they will open at the beginning of the new year. The public hearing was held. No one spoke to the item except the owner. I closed the public hearing and the item was approved. The next item was a public input, and this is an ordinance amending Title 3, Chapter 20, 30, and 32 related to mobile food vending and amended to the amendments to the fee schedule. That item was presented. No one spoke to this item, and the item was approved. The next item was an ordinance amendment to Title 3, Chapter 28 of the Burnsville City Code regarding rental licensing inspection. Please tune into the City Council meeting and hear the report from staff, the questions from members of the City Council, and what resulted in this item being dismissed and not to be acted on. And so it was removed, and we need more information. Therefore, there was no action taken. It was just, the action was to dismiss the item. And there were no miscellaneous items to come before the City Council, and the meeting was then adjourned. Council action replays at 6 a.m. and noon, 6 p.m. and midnight. City Council meetings replay at various times on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And I encourage you to watch the following to see how you can view past meetings and current meetings via the internet at www.burnsvillemn.gov. I'm Elizabeth Kautz. I'm the mayor of the City of Burnsville. Thank you for joining me. Continue to make a difference.